the ripple effect of negativity from the back of that was insane. Like strong men saying I was an idiot, like just, it's stupid, it's ridiculous. Who's going to break the world record? Because at that time, the world record was 462 kilos.
Yeah.
So everyone's like, there's no
jump.
way. Yeah, there's no way you can break the world record by 38 kilos. It's impossible. I got called all sorts of names. So yeah, that was probably the hardest thing. It was just the amount of negative shit that was just thrown my way from strongman peers, from strongman promoters, from strongman fans, just the public in general. It was just, I just got so much hate for it. I really did. It was like, you're just being an idiot kind of thing. So that, in the first instance, was a super hard thing to sort of push aside and keep out of your mentality that, these people are wrong and it is possible. And then, of course, the training. The training was, it was insane. The training was definitely the hardest bit, obviously. Every single day was going in to better myself for tomorrow. That was the mindset. So every day was a grind. I was spending 4.5 hours a day in the gym just lifting weights. And then you've got to add on the physiotherapy, the hot and cold treatments, the stretching, the hyperbaric treatments, the cryotherapy treatments. You're talking hours and hours and hours of work every day. And, people think, oh, it's great. You get to go to the gym 4.5 hours a day. Yeah. Okay. But then what about the hour and a half physiotherapy? What about the hour stretching? What about the hour hot and cold? What about the eating? Yeah. What about the eating 12,000 calories a day? Cooking, sitting and eating constantly, always got something in your hand. It was, when I say it was a full-time job, it was more than a full-time job. It's probably the equivalent of 3 full-time jobs. And I'm not even taking the piss. That it's, it felt like I was working sort of 18 to 20 hours a day. It was insane.
Most people can't fathom pushing their body, beyond those limits. And I think you redefined limits with what you actually did. But how do you mentally prepare for something that could leave you injured or worse if things go wrong? You know what I mean?
Well, the mental aspect of it was, the approach was pretty simplistic for me. It was something that I had to do to propel my career and my financials to a level where I was then able to win the world's strongest man. And that was my initial motive for the 500 kilos is I kind of knew it was going to be a money spinner. Whoever does that weight is going to make a lot of money off the back of it. So I guess like the mental side of things is you've got to have a motive. Firstly, or else what's the point? That was the motive, to make money, to win the world's strongest man. It wasn't like I just want money for greed. I need that money to become a better athlete, to buy the hyperbaric chambers, the hot and cold tubs, the physiotherapy. It's an expensive game. So yeah, the sort of mental side is anchoring in with that is firstly having the motive and then dedication. You've got to just absolutely eat shit, live and breathe it constantly. There's no off switch. I was seeing my wife and kids for, this is probably God's honest truth, probably less than 2 hours a week, all in all. I was just constantly doing something strongman related. There was no off switch. It was just constant.